Dear viewers, when we reflect on the recent history of Burkina Faso, we see a nation long plagued by instability, poverty, and the absence of life's most basic necessities. This is a land where the sun shines every day, yet homes remain dark. Schools exist, but have no fans. Hospitals operate, but without ventilators. Because there is no electricity. Over 70% of Burkina Faso's population still lives without access to power. In the cities, electricity may come for a few hours. In the rural heartlands, people consider electricity a distant dream. Crops fail for lack of water, businesses collapse, and the youth, full of potential, are forced to leave their homeland in search of opportunity. When night falls, it doesn't just bring darkness to homes, it brings darkness to dreams. And most devastating of all, the lack of electricity continues to cripple the economy. Small industries have shut down, factories remain silent. Farmers depend on expensive, unstable fuel pumps to water their fields. There are no real alternatives. What little power the nation uses comes either from diesel generators or through costly imports from neighboring countries. But in the midst of this crisis, one man refused to accept defeat. Ibrahim asked the bold question: why should we remain dependent when we have sun, wind, and water? Why should we remain enslaved when we have faith, courage, and the will to sacrifice? This vision gave birth to the Grand Burkina Water and Power Dam, not merely a construction project, but a mission to save lives. Because where there is no electricity, there isn't just darkness. There is poverty, hopelessness, and ignorance. To bring light to his nation, brought together the most talented young experts from the Ministries of Energy, Water, and Defense. At its inception, the plan was codenamed Project X and kept secret. No documents were shared publicly. Maps were exchanged hand to hand. Meetings took place at night, behind closed doors. No one knew what kind of dream was building. The first step was to send environmental and water experts across the Sahel to identify the ideal location. After months of study, they found it a natural depression in the north of Burkina Faso, where a deep, secure, and sustainable reservoir could be built. Renamed the project the New River of Freedom. This wasn't just about generating power. It was a symbol of Burkina Faso's independence, pride, and self-determination. He knew the world would resist. Powerful nations and corporations would try to stop it. Because an African nation that is energy independent threatens the global order. That's why the project was declared a national defense secret. Designs were kept in military compounds. The dam site was declared a strategic security zone, accessible only to special forces. According to experts, this dam will stretch 1,600 meters in length and rise 160 meters high, as tall as a 50-story skyscraper and so vast that its end disappears into the horizon. It's not an ordinary structure. It is a roller-compacted concrete gravity dam, one of the most durable and advanced designs used in the world. Its reservoir will hold over 60 billion cubic meters of water, enough to sustain the entire nation for years. Inside the dam, 12 state-of-the-art French turbines will be installed, capable of producing over 5,000 megawatts of electricity annually. That's more than double Burkina Faso's current national production. For the first time ever, homes, schools, factories, and hospitals will be powered by clean, affordable, and nationally generated electricity. 2 separate power stations are being built on the left and right sides of the dam. If one station needs repair, the other can continue operations uninterrupted. This dual system will ensure constant power across the nation. But this project is about more than electricity. It's also about agriculture, industry, exports, and national dignity. When electricity is cheap and consistent, factories can run day and night, farmers can irrigate their crops with ease, and new businesses can emerge. The dam will also feature a smart water management system. It's automatically monitoring water flow, pressure, and temperature, minimizing human error and maximizing efficiency. But electricity only lights our homes. Water sustains our lives. For decades, Burkina Faso's farmers looked to the skies, praying for rain. Sometimes it never came. Other times it came in floods, washing away entire fields. But now, with this great dam, that cycle will be broken. This dam is the foundation of a modern network of canals, pipelines, and irrigation systems. The government has launched the Green River Project, aimed at distributing this water across the country. Millions of hectares of barren land will be transformed into fertile farmland. Where once only sand blew in the wind, now wheat, rice, vegetables, and fruits will grow. To ensure efficient irrigation, the government is introducing modern drip and smart sprinkler systems. The same technologies used by agricultural powerhouses like Israel, and now the Sahel will benefit from this same progress. But this is not just about greening the land, it's about giving dignity to the farmer. The government has pledged to provide every registered farmer with subsidized seeds, fertilizer, and solar-powered water pumps. The day is near when Burkina Faso will not only feed itself, but export food to other nations. And with water flowing in the fields, rural migration will decline. Young people will no longer leave their villages. They will stay, build, and thrive on their own land. Unemployment will fall, poverty will ease, food prices will stabilize. The government is also establishing agricultural training centers where farmers will learn modern techniques and evolve into expert agricultural technicians. Soon, the green flag of Burkina Faso will fly proudly across lush fields, and the world will no longer see Africa as dependent, but as resilient, hardworking, and sovereign. Dear viewers, this wasn't just the story of a dam, it was the realization of a dream, the struggle of a nation, and the vision of a leader. A leader who may have seized power with a rifle, but won his people's hearts with vision, sacrifice, and service. Now the question is yours. Do you believe Ibrahim's mission can truly transform Burkina Faso? Can he prove to the world that Africa is not dependent, but independent and powerful? Or is this just an illusion that will fade with time? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Your voice, your ideas are part of this struggle too. And if you want us to keep sharing the real stories of Africa, the Muslim world, and unseen corners of the globe, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon, and share this video. Because in a world full of darkness, light only shines when someone dares to question, dares to dream, and dares to raise their voice.